Hey guys, it's Nintendo here. I'm going to be talking about a game franchise called Viva Pinata. Some of you have no idea what I'm talking about. Some of you do and are just like, eh. And maybe even some of you are just super stoked. Now, to my understanding, this game branched off of a TV show called Viva Pinata on 4Kids TV. So basically what this show was about a handful of piñatas that have various different personalities, such as you have a horse piñata that's famous, a fox and a hedgehog piñata who, don't want to go to a party, and I'll explain that later. And you got a, very forgetful elephant, and then you got twin snakes that are put together, and I'll explain that shit too, that hate each other. So it's kind of just like that thing. So basically the game is about you attracting piñatas to your garden and then send them off to parties. Now the party thing is because you get money every time you send them, or chocolate coins, because everything's candy themed in this game. So, yeah, like I said, the first game, Viva Pinata, it's quite literally just you, doing your best just to track different kind of piñatas and just send them to parties and shit. And it's a very relaxing game, actually. It's a lot of fun. It was made by Rare. Not bad at all, without a doubt, not bad. I actually forgot how I got it. But you could get it for the Xbox 360 or the PC. And basically what this, like I said, what the game is you track piñatas to your garden, and then, you send them to parties. You can experiment making different colors depending upon what you feed them. It's kind of like the closest thing I could say to it is like Chow Garden, only instead of getting eggs, you actually attract them. And you could breed the piñatas to get special type of piñatas called wild cards, and there's a lot of fun things to do in it. And it's multiplayer, and it has a leaderboard system for most valuable piñatas. So I was actually on the leaderboards, number 1, and the second one, which I'm going to talk about more. So yeah, that's basically the idea of Viva Pinata. Now, you get experience points for everything you do, such as if you attract a piñata, if you make a piñata a resident, if you breed the piñata, if you, do plants. Like, a lot of the game is you literally just caring for plants to get piñatas to eat them, or getting a certain kind of piñata for that piñata to eat. Such as if you want a fox, or what they call, I forget what they call the foxes in that game. Well, basically you could either get I'm completely spacing out, Jesus fuck. I just completely spaced out there. If Pinata Fox is what the fox is called, forget what that is. You can get, you would either have a bunny called a bunny comb. You would either have to get a handful of those, or chicken piñatas called cluckles. So they all have like their interesting little names that's candy theme, such as the worlum being the worms being whirlums, and the bats being called Sherbats. Yeah. So that's pretty funny, and Newgats. And they're just really, really, really funny like names and stuff. So then at the first one you'd get, like, if you were so lucky you could get a mine and have people work in it. Basically create slaves. No big deal, just slavery. Have them work in the little shit mines every single day. Yes. Make a little slave farm place. No big deal. So if you're lucky enough, you could actually have these guys spit out an egg. So, naturally you'd have to figure out how to, naturally eggs would hatch themselves. But in this case, it won't ever hatch. What you have to do is you have to be clever. You have to get a cluckles to go over to the egg and then hatch it. And then it turns out to be this big-ass wicked dragon called the Dragon Ash. And this guy, he's a fucking boss. Dragon Ash is equal to boss. Yeah. So that's enough about the first game. The first game, quite literally, is just that idea. Do that over and over and over and over again. So, like I said, and then you got the Party Animals, which is a racing game, but fuck that game. Pretty sure it's a racing game. It's fucking stupid. And then you also have Trouble in Paradise is like the Paradox. It is the fantastic fucking game. If you have Xbox 360 and you have the choice of either Viva Pinata or Trouble in Paradise, get Trouble in Paradise. Trouble in Paradise is fucking amazing. You have over fucking 50,000 more pinatas to grab. You got snow, you got desert, you can do all that shit. They got more fucking pinatas that are all really fucking cool. And then as a bonus, like I said, the Dragon Ash, you can get a Dragon Ash. But then you could also get a special new pinata. The Chocolodocus. There's a dinosaur. It's pretty funny. It's actually a lot like it's more of an Easter egg, I'd say, to like Jurassic Park. Because what you do is you get when you beat the game and there's a special cheat code you can get it all one time. You could actually get this guy in the beginning of the game if you know what you're doing. What you would do is you would pay so much money into a wishing well, and then out would come this piece of amber with a taffly, a taffly in it. So what you would do is you would grab that, and then what would happen is you would have a garden store, because that's one of the they have a building where you can store items and stuff. A new edition, very nice. So what you do is you'd put that in there, and then you would play the game, and you have the choice. You can get a red bone, a blue bone, and a green bone. The blue and green you get from the mine. The red ones you can buy. So what you would do is you would get however many one of those, and depending upon, you get 3 bones. You get the rib cage, the skull, and then you get the spine. So what you would do is you would quite literally just fucking pick which one you want depending upon what kind of dinosaur you want. So if you were to get the red head, if I'm not mistaken, you would get the Triceratops. You get a Brontosaurus or a Stegosaurus, and then the rest of them are just like the color of your dude, and then the some features to them. So what you do is you grab those big ass fucking bones, and then you would put them inside the garden store. And then you would go back in, and then you would have an egg. Like the Dragon Ash, it won't hatch without a cluckles. But it won't just hatch for any cluckles, because they have accessories you put on. So what you do is you would put on the Jurassic hair on the cluckles, and then you would go over, and then this fucking huge ass dinosaur. Meanwhile, he's still a kid. You have to mature him by feeding him a bunch of dinosaur themed shit. So after all that's done, you have a fucking massive pinata that literally tramples everything. And it's pretty boss. It is pretty boss. So yeah, that's that. That's basically it. And then, yeah, and I completely mumbled on there, I'm sorry. And like I said, it was made by Rare. So the guy who does the music is, if I'm not mistaken, Grant Kirkhope. And if you've never ever, if you don't know who he is, he did, games like Banjo-Kazooie, Donkey Kong 64, GoldenEye, 007, and 64, of course. He's done a lot of good soundtracks for games, and this one is such an amazing, amazing soundtrack. I swear to God, dude, that guy's a fucking genius. But that's Viva Pinata. Definitely try that shit out. I give it 10 candies out of 10 candies. No, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Yeah, that sounds fair. Alright, dude! Oh, by the way, happy birthday, Thomas, you fucking cocksucker.